Okay, guys, this is gonna be a long one and a real doozy, cause holy fuck balls. According to DSP, he now has depression. No, he's always had it. Wait, no, it just popped up. Wait, no, he's always had it. No, shut up. You don't know what you're talking about. You're a detractor. Banned. Depression is nothing to joke about. Depression is a serious mental illness. And he's using it to get pity bucks from his fans. Like one tip was like $300. Someone gave him a $300 tip because of him claiming he had depression even though he doesn't. Again, it's going to be a long one. It's going to be a hard one. But let's try to get through this because holy fuck balls, there's a lot to get through. DSP is about as depressed as those shitty actors in antidepressant ads because he's not and neither are they. Guys, I'm very sorry if any of my tweets offended you in the past, but it was just my depression forcing me to act. Now give me money, K-bye. That's pretty much what DSP did. That's pretty much what DSP said. I was thinking about taking some of the clips from it, but it's like, no, I don't want to give him any views for this. Fuck him. He is garbage. Apparently there was something amazing he was supposed to do with Soulmate, and it didn't work out. It says this made him depressed that day and forced him to post that shill tweet. The one that caused all that hate. Depression isn't selected to certain events like this. Hitting fuck off for trying to use it to justify the shill tweet. I love how he thinks depression is just this switch that flips on any minor inconvenience. Obviously it's not, but he doesn't know that because he's a worthless piece of shit. Or as King of Depression says, Rock Bottom doesn't know where DSP lives. And as TXT points out, full of fun, talking about depression. It's like he knows buzzwords and keywords, but he doesn't understand what they mean. He doesn't understand their impact for this piece of shit. Even though I've become successful, there's this thing in the back of my head, nagging mind telling me I don't deserve this, I'm a shill, I'm a sellout, I don't deserve my girlfriend. It's always there eating at me. Phil should listen to this side of his head more often. Dude, if you're literally hearing voices, that's not depression, that's literally schizophrenia, dude. Ethan's chats are saying I don't have depression, that is something else, and that's terrible to tell people with this. So even though he's actually not depressed, he has a cop-out set up. Because even his fans knew he was a lying sack of shit. At least some of them did. So I was talking about how serious and awful depression is. Yells that makes fun of chat for correcting him and calling it a disease when it's a disorder. My God, what an enormous asshole. Because again, even his chat knew better than he did, but he doesn't care. Ban hammer went heavy this time. Apparently it was just a ban fest for the majority of it once he got to the depression part. Watch the depression segment, and all I'm going to say is that it amazes me that people can't tell the difference between being upset, things don't go their way, and legitimate depression. Again, sometimes things don't go your way and you get pissed off, you get mad, you get angry, you get sad that, oh man, I didn't get the promotion, man. I was going to be able to do so much of that promotion, I'm not going to be able to get it. And with this Julie down in HR, fuck. You know what you do? You go out with your friends, you have a few beers, whatever. You don't contemplate killing yourself. You don't become a shut-in in your house for 5 days in a row, never getting out of the bed except to use the bathroom, if that. No, you get a little pissed off, you maybe get sad, but you don't get depression. But again, DSP doesn't understand that. Don't play the blame game. Blames haters, detractors, ex-mods, ex-friends, family, machinima, Lavaria, whatever, Pulavati, I don't know, Twitch, Google, YouTube, Evil AJ, Fred Fox, Tevin, TXT, Blip TV, Fighting Game Community, Leanna, John Rambo, Howard, Brightside Viking, and everything for anything that's ever gone wrong in his life. The real culprit of his negative tweets is not depression, but that sounds better than Jin made me do it, which, again, he is known for being up till 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning, his time, drinking gin, being drunk, and tweeting shit he shouldn't be tweeting. It's what he does. So the message of the day is astounding performance. I never do anything wrong. It's either depression or detractors. It's never me. Please feel sorry for me and give me money. Ben. He has all the classic telltale signs of a narcissistic sociopath. Guess what? Narcissistic sociopaths don't get depression. They don't really feel anything, except for contempt for the world and love for themselves. That's all they are. Apparently there was something... Oh, I think I read this, didn't I? Oh, yeah, we already read, but depression is selective to certain events like this, and you can fuck off trying to use it. I just already went through this. Oh, then again, there was so much to go through. Doesn't surprise me that I found things twice or 3 times. Whatever happened, he very clearly learned about depression in the last 6+ months, and has realized he can apply it to himself for sympathy bucks and as a shield against criticism. I say again, depression isn't I'm bummed because of my ad revenue. Because it's not. He's literally stated before that he gets depressed when enough people don't show up. He gets depressed when he doesn't make enough money in a day. That's not depression, jackass. Gotta say, I'm disappointed that more financial trouble was brought up today. Phil, feels like you expect us to bail you out again. I get that you have troubles, but this is a lot of personal stuff not meant for us. I don't know who this guy is, so he may have actually been a fan. But apparently, maybe he was one of the people in the chat saying, no, dude, you don't have depression, what the fuck? Which, of course, probably got him banned. So that's probably what happened. He said, dude, that's not depression, that's just being bummed. Got banned, so he had to go on Twitter and try to tweet at him. Next. Now saying there were days he said he was too sick to stream, but it was because he was depressed. Still hasn't talked about the other people who ended their lives over depression. All about him, as usual. Holy shit, this is even worse than I expected. Picture a dumpster fire. Just turned on Hate Live, almost 5 hours long. Time to get serious now and talk about depression. That can be cured or fixed like a broken leg. It can be fixed. Well, it can be treated. You can get medication and, of course, therapy. You can treat your depression. You won't be able to slap a band-aid on and be like, okay, I'm healed, I have no more depression, but you can treat it. But that would require going to a doctor, and he refuses to do that because that would cost money. Even though he has insurance that he pays for. It doesn't make sense, but then again, this is DSP we're talking about. I actually suffer from depression and still have it. Depression never goes away. It's not treatable. It is treatable. Half the ads you see on TV is for depression medication. You can treat it. You can never get rid of it. I'm going to tell you some fucked up stuff that'll blow your mind. Everything he has is untreatable. Until he got to Washington, all of a sudden, Washington air cured my back. Washington air cured my gout. Washington air cured everything. But apparently didn't cure his depression that he doesn't have. But everything he did say was kind of fucked up because he's a lying sack of shit. Talking about something very serious that you shouldn't be fucking joking about. Surely DSP elaborating on his history of mental illness and his brushes with depression will never backfire on him, right? Never ever? Next week, he'll be wondering why anything of this becomes a meme constantly gets brought up. Because everything he gets made fun of for comes from him. He's like, oh, the detractors are lying. But then you watch the video clips, like, he really said that. He really did that. He's jerked off on stream and then bitches about anyone bringing it up. Like, dude, you can't jerk off on stream and then be like, yeah, I did that in front of thousands of kids, but don't bring it up or I'll ban you. Don't worry, tomorrow DSP will talk about how detractors are mentally ill, need help, and are sociopaths, but also he doesn't want to understand the mentally ill. Also, didn't he make a monetized video about his ex-girlfriend who had panic attacks? He was A-okay with that. Yeah, he did. He monetized a video about Leanna, whatever, having a panic attack and having to go to the hospital. One thing is, he was pissed because he had to quit streaming for a couple hours and go down and see her in the hospital. In the hospital. Where she was. He was pissed because he had to go down and see her. 1 second. And we're back. Thank you, Vegas Pro 14 editing. Anyways, next. Oh, hey, wrong button. Yeah. Panda Lee had panic attacks. DSP blabbed it all to the internet and made money off of it. War Dog Leader's brother passed on DSP. was more than happy to shit all over him for trying to equate their situation. Detractors are mentally ill. DSP doesn't want to understand them. 15-minute break. Then the depression discussion is coming. Dear monitor, I apologize in advance for punching you. Thankfully, I was at work, so I didn't actually get to watch it. Keeps calling depression a disease and illness. Chat corrects him saying it's a disorder. Gets pissed off at them for correcting him. That's more of a ticky-tack. You know, linguist gets... Really? Linguist... Like, language... God damn it, I can say it. Linguist... Fuck, I know what I'm trying to think. Alright, skirt, we're gonna skip that word. But yeah, like, that's just being ticky-tack for grammar use, I guess you want to call it. But, yeah, technically it is a disorder, not a disease, but it's a mental illness. So, calling it an illness isn't that big a deal. Starts talking about how serious and awful depression is, yells at and makes fun of Chet for correcting him, calling it a disease when it's a disorder. My god, what an enormous asshole. And he's doubling down on it. Chet is saying it's a self-esteem issue, that he has self-esteem issues, not depression. He's basically pulling the, they don't understand, you don't have it, but I do card. He's also saying that doing stuff like that makes it worse. Making fun of someone for having depression, whatever, yeah, that probably would make it worse. But he doesn't have it. He does not have depression. Next. If you have voices in your head telling you to fuck up your own life and do destructive shit, that is not depression. That is something fucked up in your head and that you should seek immediate help for hurting a soulmate. Or yourself or someone else. Again, if you are really hearing voices in your head, that is schizophrenia, that is hallucinations, that is delusion, not depression. And that is some serious fucking shit. You could end up hurting a lot of people, if not killing them, if you really had voices in your head. Every jury he got after that was, I have depression too. No, you don't. Makes sense that his fans are all depressed when they watch this miserable content and throw all of their money at him. I guess that would kind of make sense, but they don't have depression either. Some of them might actually have it, but no. I'm starting to tear up, dude. So many people out there feel alone. That's how I felt. I've had this depression my whole life. Sounds like someone's just mentally ill, and it's not one of those evil detractors. Again, depression is mental illness, and it's not something, but it's like, it's not something you should be joking about. But because DSP's talking about it and making fun of it, and just, it's like when third wave feminists use the rape in everything. I was watching TV and a man appeared in a commercial. I didn't say good at that. That's rape. Well, guess what? Rape loses its meaning when you use it for everything in the world. With DSP using depression to get rid of all responsibility for all of his actions, claiming that he has it even though he clearly doesn't. All these other people coming in saying, I have depression, even though they don't. Again, it just makes the word lose meaning. I got past the back taxes, and then there's another fucking hurdle to get over. This happened all my life. I feel like these hurdles stopped, I could relax. I feel like I have never relaxed in my entire life. Except you've gone on multiple staycations, blowing $1,400 just on a hotel. It's because of the depression always being there. Which technically it always is. Kind of like alcoholism. Like, you don't cure alcoholism. I haven't had a drink in 3 years. But they're not cured. They're still an alcoholic. They just have it under control. I'll be real with you. The shit I've been through over the years, the shit people say about me, all false. With a snippet of truth. If it's false, it can't have a snippet of truth. If it has a snippet of truth, it's not false. Calling you a thief because you took people's money for Project 7 and then never did Project 7. Scam artists. Again, refer to Project 7 and stealing their money. Constant disgusting beggar. You're begging at this very moment. On top of me, always having depression doesn't make stuff easy for me. But you don't have depression. And you are a beggar. You do it every single minute of every single stream. Next. Keeps calling depression disease and illness. Chest corrects him saying it's a disorder. Gets pissed off at them for correcting him. Actually suffered from depression and still have it. Depression never goes away. It's not treatable. Even though, again, it is. You can never get rid of it. True. I'm going to tell you some fucked up stuff that'll blow your mind. Yeah, like that you have it even though you don't. Depression can result in death. Real talk. Bottom line. It can. It does. It has. Robin Williams was one of the ones that hit me the hardest because holy fuck, he was amazing. It can, and it does, and it has. But holy fuck, DSP, when you... it's just mind-boggling him trying to talk about this, saying that he has and all that, but he clearly fucking doesn't. Immediately bringing up celebs that kill themselves. Can't wait to see this monetized. And of course, it's monetized on YouTube. It's been monetized as soon as he could. And mind you, he chopped up his 5-hour stream to 3 parts. And so, like, the depression is its own separate thing, so he can make as much money off of it as possible. Just turned down to hate life. Almost 5 hours long. Time to get serious now and talk about depression. That can be cured, like, alright, I've talked about it before, but again, it can be treated. That's why every commercial on TV is for fucking depression medication, because so many people have it and are dealing with it and suffering from it. And they want it treated. That's why they go to therapy. That's why they get medication. So yeah, one of the segments will be me talking about depression, because I suffer from it. Well, I mean, not amount of time so much. What the fuck does that mean? So he says, it's always with you. It's always with me. You can't get over it. You can't cure it. It's always with you. And they says, well, I mean, not now. I don't have it now. God's honest truth, not making this up, not making excuses. One of the biggest problems with depression is self-destruction. True. I have feelings of hate towards myself. It's hard to read this. I mean, what the fuck, dude? I'm a much better person these days. Someone calls him a liar, banned and insulted. You're not a better person these days. You're even worse than you were before. These people reacting towards me like this are making it even worse for me. Because you're making it public. And you don't have it. And the public knows it. Even your own chat knows it. Getting more pissed at chat for distracting. And was about to yell at the mods to ban. Mods started banning everyone. Insulting chat for saying he has self-esteem issues. And is conscious talking to him. This makes me feel even more worthless. Maybe I don't have this illness. Because you don't. I wake up some days just sad. Depression is not logical, dude. It just happens. The days I randomly took off, said I was sick, I was depressed. You were drunk and hung over, you jackass. You were up till, like, there's documented proof. He was up till 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning, drinking gin and tweeting at whatever. And then the next day, suddenly, oh, I'm sick. I can't stream today. You were hung over, you jackass. Even though I've become successful. When? There's this thing in the back of my head, neck, mind, telling me I don't deserve this. I'm a shill. I'm a sellout. I don't deserve any of my... Oh, right, I read this, but yeah. Again, if you're actually hearing voices, schizophrenia, you need to see a doctor about that. Now. Depression made him want to do something or do crazy shit and blames the pills for making... Oh. Yeah, doctor prescribed him pills, probably for his gout, blood pressure and all that, but he claimed that gave him depression. What? Side effects of some medication are depression, but... What? I've never heard of any diabetes, blood pressure medication side effects being depression. Next. I'll have to watch this later. He never knows when to shut up. Depression is an issue for Phil. It's a fucking excuse for his life is shit. Just like detractors, Machinima, YouTube, Leanna, and his parents. Talking about how he wanted to kill himself again. Yet before, he said he never had these urges. He's just blaming depression for everything wrong in his life. Going to be a 6-hour podcast now. Apparently there was something amazing he was supposed to do with his soulmate and it didn't work out. This made him depressed, and that day forced him to post all that shell tweet. And we're going to discuss this. That's not how depression works. Fuck you. It was a mistake that I put that shell tweet on Twitter. No, sir. It was my depression. My depression pulled me out of my positive moment. What the fuck? That makes no sense. Blames depression for everything wrong he's ever done. Specifically, he blames depression for that shell tweet that blew up last month. I'm squeezing the fuck out of the stress ball right now because I'm talking about this dude. Fuck off. I've always had depression. I toughed through it my whole life. But he also said, I don't have it now, or I don't have it in modern times. Like last month was it modern times, people? Every mistake I make and everything dumb I've done is my fault. I am responsible. But here he goes blaming something by him because he's narcissistic sociopath. It's fueled by this destructive nature in the back of my head that tells me to fuck everything up for myself. Depression. Instead of making the depression topic into a solo video, he included it with his schedule updates so he can go, I have to monetize this because that's not all the video is about. Even though he split it into 3 different pieces, so the depression stuff is its own separate thing. And of course, there's another issue, but it's not his fault. He won't talk about what the issue is yet, but we'll have to wait and see. The issue could happen today or tomorrow or any time this week, but he can't give details. Some people are suspecting it could be the condo, because the fire in it and the landlord, whoever like owns that property, never took care of it. I mean, whenever it rained, rain got inside the building, so there could be mold. The place could be getting condemned. Knowing DSP, he's not gonna be like, if that place gets condemned, he still owes for that property. So he still owes like probably at this point $95,000 for that condo, even though it'll be condemned, so he'll never be able to sell it or do anything with it. The new issue has something to do with money, of course. I'm not using this as an excuse, but I think I was going to say depression causes everything wrong with his life. Got a lot to get through. But, so we end on something nice and happy and cheery. Phil banned is suffocating his ass on Street Fighter. Talk about toxicity. Yeah, Mr. I finished 4th place at Evo. Had a sub, not a detractor, not a random person, a sub, someone who's a fan of him, fight him. And then he banned him because he got his ass kicked. Well, guess what? That guy's not gonna resub, dude. You just banned him for kicking your ass. And then next week, or next month, oh, my subs are dropping. Gee, I wonder why. Because you even ban your subs for doing stuff like kicking your ass on a video game. Fucking moron. But yes, I'll have the suicide hotline number down below. Obviously, everyone knows it by now. But more importantly, people, if you suspect any of your friends have it, talk to them. Any of your family members, talk to them. I've read so many stories like, I was going to kill myself, then a friend called me, he's like, hey man, I got out of work early, want to meet up? I was like, I can't do that to my friends. Or the one story was, I was standing on the balcony thinking about jumping. My cat came up and rubbed me on the legs like, oh, I can't do that to my meow meow. And people are like, maybe your cat just gave you one of his 9 lives. It's like, oh, that's so sweet. Because there's so many stories of, I was going to do it. I was at the end of my rope. I was going to kill myself. Then, family member, a friend, a pet, like something happened and made him go, no, I'm not going to do it. I can't do that to this person. I can't do that to her. I can't do that to him. I can't do that to mom. I can't do that to my best friend. So yes, you could be the reason why someone doesn't do something to themselves. Or if you have depression and thoughts of suicide, you don't want to talk to a stranger, talk to a friend, talk to a family member. You may be like a lot of people, oh, I don't want to burden them with this. I don't want to make anyone worry. Make them worry. They're your family. They're your friend. They love you. They don't want to see you go. So please, if you suspect, even if you don't suspect someone has it, still, don't give them a text. Give them a call. Stop on by. Say hi to them. Or if you have it, tell someone. Don't keep it to yourself. You may think, oh, I don't want to burden anyone. Burden them. People would love to be burdened with this because they care for you. They love you. You are their friend. You are their family. They want to take care of you. because they care about you and they don't want to lose you. So yes, please reach out to anyone, friend, family. Heck, if you have the money and can afford it, get a therapist. And actually, like a lot of things with colleges, like you can go to a dentist college and get your teeth done pretty cheap. You can go to a massage, like college classes massage. Well, we need models to be used. You can go there and get really cheap massages. Well, guess what? You can do the same thing for therapy. Now, yes, they come with a lot of disclaimers, like, no, I'm only in training. I can't prescribe anything. But they can listen to you. And they can be like, yeah, you should be okay. Just try this and you'll probably be alright. Or they can go, yeah, that's some serious shit right there. You need to see a professional. You need to get some medication. No, here's someone you can call. Here's someone you can go to and get this help. Just, yes, this is a serious subject. This is a serious topic. Don't let DSP ridiculing this horrible mental illness keep you from reaching out to someone, from seeking help or helping others. Do it. And as always, like, subscribe, comment down below, and have a wonderful day.